Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another collection tour. I know you all love the collection tours, I love filming them. It's been far too long since the last one, almost 7 months as of the time of filming this video. I promise to be a lot better with updating y'all as to how the collection is going. A lot of new stuff has arrived, some stuff has left the collection, heaps of reorganization. You'll see what I mean when we get stuck in. The way I'm going to format this is the same as always. We'll do it by theme, and I will put chapters below in the description if you'd like to skip around. Let's get started. With the Robocop and Terminator shelf, a little bit of Alien off to the side there as well. I'll try and move relatively quickly because we've got something like 850 figures to look at in the collection at this point. I do not want you to be here all day. So Robocop first, Alex Murphy in the back, then my custom Anne Lewis. I've got a video on her on the channel. Battle Damage Robo, clean Robo from the first film. Another clean Robo, except he's got the Battle Damage pieces on and he's sitting on the chair. My custom Robocop 2 repaint, I did that myself and I'm very freaking proud of it. Yes, I will compare it to the Hot Toys one when that releases. Robocop 3, Ed 209, I fixed the dome with some Mod Podge, and it is still looking fantastic to this day. Genesis T800, DX10, the MMS version of Arnie with the Rose box and the shotgun. T1 in the back there, we've got Tech Noir, then a third one, a Kit Bash. Up front, CC Toys, I think, or maybe CGL John Connor. DX13 and the new T1000. This will look a lot less crammed when the new T800s come in because I will be retiring DX13, DX10 as well as the MMS. The Alien shelf, starting off with the newest edition first, we've got Dog Alien. I've sealed it with Mod Podge, it's standing on all fours. It's looking a little bit more down than I would like, but it absolutely works on this shelf. Ripley from the first movie by Hot Toys. Present Toys Ripley from the second film, and my custom with the rooted hair in the Hot Toys Power Loader smack bang in the middle, flanked by Big Chap 1.0 and Hot Toys Alien Warrior. We've got Big Chap 2.0 coming at some point. I can't wait to compare it to this. It's not perfect, but it's held up surprisingly well given that body is made almost entirely of rubber. So this is what the shelf looks like as a whole. It's not too cluttered, but Dog Alien up front, not sure if that's where I want to keep it. Below Alien, we've got Predator. I've got plans to move Transformers so we can get Alien and Predator next to each other, just like I did with Robocop and Terminator. That's more of a long-term goal. We've got Samurai Predator coming in, probably the one from Badlands if they decide to make that. Jungle Hunter 2.0, and I've got the Super Predators. Right now, they're not on display. I still have them, but I really want to display them because I put so much work in trying to restore the pleather. I also retired Danny Glover, the third-party figure from Predator 2. Not because I don't like it, it's just I would rather have Elder, Nexus City Hunter, versus that third-party piece. The Rocky shelf. I hear the theme music every time I look at this shelf. It's a mix of Star Race and Sly Stallone shop, like this piece right here, one of my absolute favorites. Gin Toy custom head sculpts, as well as Hot Toys Rocky from the third film on a Fison body because the stock Hot Toys body was simply not very good. This shelf is going to see some renovations as well, just because it feels pretty cramped. And we've got more Rocky pieces from Sly Stallone shop on the way. They're boxing ring figures. The bodies look sensational. And the Star Race ones, Apollo Creed and Drago, even Clubber Lang, they're okay, but they are far from perfect. Just trying to think of what's new, what's been moved around. We've got the Rambo figures, the Threezero ones up front. Blitzway Ghostbusters in the back. I've pre-ordered the new set. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep both. We'll just have to wait and see. Sideshow Beetlejuice, next to the 1.0 Sideshow Beetlejuice, Spirit Halloween Tombstone, and that's a custom head sculpt. I've got a video on it on the channel. Heaps of Indiana Jones love. Present Toys with the tie, so he's from the third movie, then Temple of Doom with a killer custom head sculpt. Hot Toys Dial of Destiny. Raiders up front, that's the present toy sculpt. Another Raiders in the disguise or the desert look. Another Raiders in the Cairo look. As well as Henry Jones Sr. It's a mix of different parts and pieces I've kit bashed to make up this look. On the left side, we've got Back to the Future. It's meant to be looked at like that, and you can see everyone, including my latest edition, Mars Toys Biff, smack bang in the middle. Honestly, Back to the Future, I wish I could expand this section because Mars Toys, they are making more Back to the Future pieces. Down below, we've got Game of Thrones. This shelf isn't long for this world. I'll be keeping both of my Khaleesi customs. I just freaking love the way they look. Tyrion will be staying, as well as Jon Snow, maybe Arya, and then this Khaleesi as well. Everyone else, maybe Night King, I'm not sure. But it needs to be shrunk down because the quality of these figures, they're okay, but they're not quite where they need to be, I feel, to stay in my collection long term. I've enjoyed them for what they are. It's time to move some of them on. This shelf is so random. We've got third-party boys figures to the right. Apparently, Blitzway are going to give us official boys releases. We'll just have to wait and see if that ends up happening. Matrix next to them. Neo is the only official figure in this setup. The rest are third-party. So Toys Invincible, wearing the battle damage pieces. Clean head sculpt below. So Toys Omni-Man with a custom world box body. Toys Era Joel from The Last of Us. I will be replacing that with the Hot Toys figure when it releases. Eric Draven, sideshow body, but Hot Toys head sculpt. I freaking love the way that turned out. Custom head sculpt on my Buzz Toys Witcher, but stock So Toys Witcher for the Season 2 look. Nathan Algren in the back there with a custom head sculpt, third-party Ethan Hunt, and third-party Maverick. I've got the Commando James Bond in here for now. I thought I'd be able to make the display base work. It's very large. I mean, you can still see everyone, Grand Budapest Hotel, The Mask, as well as Godfather. It's slightly cramped. I think y'all will agree with me saying that. For now, though, I'm happy with it. Another very random shelf, Jack Sparrow's up front, both DX15 in the back, newest up front with the artisan hair. Then Org Toys Paul Atreides with the in-art sculpted hair head sculpt on him. Duke Atreides also by Org Toys still suit with the in-art mask head sculpt on. But up front, my favorite Dune figure to date, in-art Paul Atreides with the rooted hair, and I've got the little mouse on the base. Next to them, John Wick. Chapter 4 by Hot Toys, Kane by Hot Toys, Chapter 2 by Hot Toys in the back there, but the ones next to Chapter 2 are customs from the first and third movies. They're standing on custom bases I designed myself with the help of Bob Dylan. On the left of them, Alita Battle Angel, Hot Toys up the back, then the rollerball one is third party, as well as this piece, with a rooted hair head sculpt on it, and the blood underneath her eyes as well. Next up, Chainsaw Man. All three figures are by Threezero. I've got Arky, I just haven't put him in the cabinet yet. Hot Toys Hellboy, third-party Squid Game guard with an accurate pink jumpsuit. Video on that on the channel. Then we've got Asmus Snake Plissken, Russell Crowe from Gladiator, as well as Entebbe Ip Man with the training dummy behind him. The video game shelf is a work in progress for right now. I'm thinking I might move it down below there so it's next to the Star Wars video game figures. Then the movie stuff can be up here above Terminator and Robocop. I'm not sure if I want to do that yet. It's a lot of rearranging. Let me know what you think about that plan down in the comments. We've got in-art Destined 1 and Golden Armor set Wukong. Then in the back, Damn Toys Ezio and Altair. Two third-party Kratos figures by Worldbox and One Toys. That one is from the first game, then that one's from the second. Had to do a custom on that one at the front. Jin Sakai by VTS. Two Nathan Drake figures, both by Lim Toys, except the front one is wearing the Uncharted 3 Nathan Drake outfit from the Sideshow figure. Up the back, Agent 47. Two releases by CC Toys for Last of Us 2. Custom bases I designed myself using artwork I found online. They will be replaced with the Lim Toys first game Joel and Ellie figures when they eventually come out. I'm not sure if I want to keep Connor and the GTA 5 figures. They're okay, but they're not my favorite figures on the shelf. If something better comes out, I likely will retire them. Then Hot Toys Johnny Silverhand from Cyberpunk 2077. Oh my lord, this shelf is pure nostalgia bait. From the 90s Power Rangers movie on the left, I never, in my wildest dreams, thought we would be getting figures from that film. They are not official. They are far from perfect. They are pretty awful, actually, to pose in terms of longevity. They don't come with as many accessories as I'd like. But aesthetically speaking, they are near perfect. I cannot get enough of them. In the middle, Tommy, Ranger Slayer, and Lord Draken, all by Threezero, and behind him, Soul of Chogokin Megazord. He deserves to be in the middle because he's incredible. So Toys Gold Zeo Ranger. I don't have the Threezero Zeo figures yet, but eventually I will get them. Speaking of Threezero, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, all by Threezero, including the putties up front. I ended up getting 2 of them, but maybe I need a few more. What do you think? Look at the Transformers shelf. I'm so proud of it. Yes, there's not even a millimeter of spare space available. It is jam-packed, the very definition of jam-packed. You can still see everyone, and in person, you can move your head around and, get better angles. On camera, maybe it looks too busy. I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. On the left, Bumblebee movie, that Cybertronian mode Starscream, will be replaced with the Threezero one when it releases. I might ditch that Cybertronian mode B as well, I'm not sure yet. Up front, 2 vehicle modes from Rise of the Beast for Optimus and B, with my centerpiece. My grail for this shelf, smack bang in the middle, Threezero Jet Power Optimus. Essentially a statue, but I mean, just look at the darn thing. On the right, my newest addition to the shelf is Optimus Primal in the Beast Wars colors. I did retire my other Optimus just like I said I would. Rise of the Beast Optimus, Rise of the Beast Bumblebee, AMK Pro Mirage. We'll have to compare it to the Threezero one to see which one ends up being my main Mirage. Then Megatron, 2 different versions of Last Night Optimus, Dark of the Moon Bumblebee, as well as Threezero Optimus, with some Dino Model Shop custom pieces on him to turn him into the Dark of the Moon version because that's my favorite look for Optimus. From the Bayverse, I meant to say. It's not my all-time favorite look for Optimus. That would likely go to either Bumblebee or Rise of the Beast. Anyway, DC, I've reorganized it all so it's this top layer. It wraps all the way around the room. All of this stuff is DC from third-party companies, Hot Toys, InArt, you name it. I will need to maybe make some adjustments, potentially to that Joker shelf, because we've got a whole new DCU on the way, and that means a bunch more figures, I'm sure. This is my DC TV section. I've removed a lot of stuff, and it will grow when the So-So Toy, if the So-So Toys Flash figures come out. It remains to be seen how long that is going to take. Up front, Superman and Lois display base signed by Tyler Hoechlin. I met him at Supernova and he was lovely. Third-party figures galore. The only official piece on this shelf is that Hot Toys Flash Grant Gustin. BVS is a flawed movie. This is a flawed shelf. Hot Toys Superman is blocked in the back there. I don't care because he doesn't look anywhere near as good as the InArt one. You can see the entire figure up front next to 2.0 Batfleck. I've got a plan to maybe use the Bruce Wayne head sculpt for a custom Bruce Wayne, ditch this piece. We'll have to see if that ends up happening or not. And I want to get another 2.0 Batfleck and make a 2.0 Nightmare Batman using the outfit bits and pieces on that 1.0. In the back, Armored Batman. I think I'll hang on to one of them because we've got that new Armored Batman on the way, the die-cast release. The plastic ones are still solid, but yes, I will be getting the die-cast one. Justice League on the right, black suit Superman in the back, blue and red suit Supes up front with a custom head sculpt on him. Tactical suit has a custom head sculpt. There's Cyborg and Darkseid and Deathstroke and Alfred, by the way. normal suit, Justice League Batman custom head sculpt, Justice League Wonder Woman in the back, and Aquaman up front. The mother boxes and the Parademon base right in front of everyone. I'm tempted to pick up 2 in-art Wonder Woman figures because they are making Gal, and replace both this BVS one as well as the Justice League figure. Let me know what you think about that down in the comments. I won't name every single figure on this shelf because there's so many of them. We will literally be here all day. Black Adam, Shazam, as well as the Man of Steel line. Zod is somewhere else right now. We've got Modern Suit Batman with the rest of the Flash releases. That is the tactical suit Batman mouthplate on the blue suit bats. He looks so much better like that. There is Zod, Wonder Woman also with the Flash releases, and a third-party Fayora. On the right, this is like my Suicide Squad section, I guess. Birds of Prey Harley, Prison Joker, Prison Harley, more Joker, a bunch of Jared Leto Joker. Some of them need to go surely at some point. Deadshot, Rick Flag, Batman from Suicide Squad, and then the newest stuff with Peacemaker, Bloodsport, King Shark, and Polka Dot Man. And I said I wasn't going to name everyone, but they deserved it. Wonder Woman in the middle. Then off to the left side, Aquaman with Hot Toys Black Manta, and a custom rooted hair head sculpt on my gold suit solo movie Aquaman. The Nolanverse shelf, one of my favorites in the entire collection. There's a lot of stuff here. I'm pretty happy with how everything is arranged. In-art jail cell Joker up front on the real die-cast metal bench, then sculpted hair Joker. Up the very back, artisan Joker, no issues as you can see with the hair on my copy for now. Could happen later down the line, I certainly hope not. Third-party police Joker by M Toys. In-art rooted hair head sculpt on a custom or third-party bank robber Joker body. When the new Hot Toys Artisan one comes in, I'll have to figure something out with that head sculpt. More third-party stuff. When the new Hot Toy Scarecrow comes in, one of them will be going. Batman Begins up front. Ninja Bruce Wayne on the left. OT Customs head sculpt on my second batch. Batman Begins. There's the first one. You can see the shine on the suit. They subsequently got rid of it and just screwed everyone over who bought the first batch like me. OT Customs head sculpt on my Dark Knight Batman. This is DX19. But stock Armory Batman on the right. I just didn't have room to display the Armory itself, so I went with the DX12 base. Catwoman 2.0. Bruce Wayne, the power pose with some cheeky side-eye. Bane. And I still, to this day, am so freaking chuffed with the bases they gave us for Catwoman and Bane. In the back, a bunch more Bane figures. Hot Toys John Blake, as well as Hot Toys Two-Face 2.0. Do I get the J&D Two-Face? Tell me what you think in the comments. Such a colourful, fun shelf, and thank goodness for Mars Toys, because without them, all we would have Hot Toys Batman and Robin at the front. The bust, the little table, all the accessories. That stuff comes with Mars Toys Alfred. Then we've got Saturn Toys Batman holding the bomb above his head. Probably one of my favourite poses in the collection. Mars Toys Riddler, both versions, and Mars Toys Joker. On the right, there is a bar separating both of these sections. Christopher Reeve Soups, Hot Toys Body, custom outfit and custom head sculpt, video on that on the channel. Same thing with my custom Clark Kent, I've got a video on it. Then stock Hot Toys Evil Superman in the back. I will be doing a custom Evil Superman. Stay tuned to the channel for a video on that. This trio, until we get 2.0s either from Hot Toys or someone else, how it's going to stay. The Arkham shelf. This is almost sad to look at because it has taken so long to only get to this point. We don't have Catwoman. We don't have Two-Face, Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, Penguin, Riddler. A wealth of character designs to pull from for 1/6 scale releases. And yet, what they give us is repaints, repaints, and more repaints. I've got 3 different versions of Arkham Knight Suit Batman. You would think I love this mold. I don't. I am begging for a 2.0 with better proportions. Look at the size of his hands. But that is all they are giving us from Arkham. Finally, we're getting Nightwing, but we do need those other characters. And Hot Toys, please. Arkham Origins Standard Suit Batman, make it happen. The Joker shelf is pretty new. I didn't know what else to do because I've got so many Joaquin Phoenix Joker figures. Yes, they're incredible. The artisan one, sitting on the chair. The proportions, they look so good when he's sitting down, and that head sculpt is insane. But, at 4-pack, I couldn't bring myself to sell any of these, so I hung on to all of them, and this is how I ended up displaying the set. Arthur Fleck sitting at the base of the steps, Joker dancing up top, sign in the back, bathroom scene on the left, in a dancing pose, and hospital scene Joker, hands on the hips, in the back, behind seated artisan Joker. Got a bit of a tricky situation on my hands with this shelf. This is my Batman Through the Years shelf. Everything from The Batman to 89, Batman Returns, and Batman Forever. Where am I going to put Batman and Robin? Some of you all will say, well, Justin, easy, just skip it. It's a terrible movie. I love that movie. Unequivocally, I grew up watching it on VHS over and over again, so I need to have those figures. I will figure it out. I just don't know what the solution is yet. For the Batman, Hot Toys lenticular backdrop, in-art Bruce Wayne, in-art Batman, and a third-party Drifter Bruce Wayne outfit set with the in-art head sculpt on it. Third-party Riddler, and then Mars Toys Penguin. In the middle, 3 different versions of Jack Napier, the Joker from Batman 89. I could do with more, but, I'm happy with that for now. This is the 2.0 89 Batman in the middle. Then the DX09 up front. Mars Toys Alfred, Mars Toys Bruce Wayne. Eternal Toys Penguin. I'll be replacing both of these with the Jazz Inc. ones when they come out. That's AC Play Catwoman and Hot Toys Batman Returns 1.0. There's a 2.0 coming. Val Kilmer in his Sonar suit, Robin by Hot Toys, Two-Face by Mars Toys, and then Riddler by Mars Toys in the back. So I'll give you a wide shot of all of the DC figures just so you can see how everything is laid out as we pan around the room. I'm still tweaking this. I always am. My collection is never finalized, is never complete. But at this stage, this I think is the best DC has ever looked in my display. Right you are, moving on to Star Wars. This is going to take a minute because there is so much Star Wars. I've taken a lot out, but there's still infinite Star Wars figures. The layout is good for now, except for that one shelf that's the TV show, movie, anime random shelf. When I start to move stuff around, I do need to do something about that. But the newest thing about my Star Wars shelves, lightsabers, fusion reactors, and ironwork sabers. Some are brighter than others. I like them both. People were asking me, Justin, why the switch to ironworks? I didn't switch. I'm still getting fusion reactors ones, but it's good to experiment every now and then. Oh, and finally, after all these years, I've got the Tarkin Vader 2-pack, A New Hope Darth Vader. He's got leather issues galore, but you cannot tell in that pose, and I do not mind leaving him in that pose because his elbows are destroyed. But I've said in so many reviews I want to get him. Someone was selling the set. A friend of mine didn't have Tarkin. I sold him Tarkin. I kept the Vader, and now he's in my display. On the left, I've added animated Boba to this shelf and the Sideshow Jawas. It's full. I do want to add some of the new Sideshow Scum and Villainy figures. I don't really know how that's going to work. But somehow it is going to happen. Look at the Empire shelf. This is peak Star Wars maybe in my collection for now. I do not regret dedicating this much space to Empire because it is my favorite Star Wars movie. R2 Yoda DX07 Luke up front, with the battle-damaged Vader helmet Luke head sculpt from the new Bespin Luke because I missed out on the special edition head sculpt originally. Sideshow prototype Boba Fett. He matches the whole white outfit vibe. Then Snowtroopers in the back. AT-AT Driver Sideshow Luke and Han. Hot Toys Rogue Group Luke in the middle. And my first ever figure review on the channel, Hoth Princess Leia by Hot Toys. More Empire, and then Episode 6. I tried to make it so there's a split down the middle between the two films so that in person there's a visual break, then we kick into Episode 6, It's not ideal. I would prefer to have individual shelves for all 3 movies, but with the space I have, that's simply not possible. Bounty Hunters in the back, all by Sideshow except Boba Fett, that's the Hot Toys one. Ironworks Saber with my 40th anniversary Empire Darth Vader, looking beautiful. I love that vibrant red. The glow being cast on Luke, that's stunning. Bespin Luke 2.0, Tamashi C3PO, he's in close proximity-ish to R2, so that works for me. Bespin Han Custom, DX07 Battle Damage Luke, then we've got Lando and Leia. On to episode 6, the Endor crew in the middle, with a bunch of leaves and foliage. It just sets the scene. Wicked up front. The Scout Trooper on his speeder bike at an angle. You can still see the whole thing. On the left, Skiff Guard Lando. Slave Leia, Luke with the Ironworks custom saber. Look how bright that is. Return of the Jedi Boba Fett. And on the far right, I've wired up Darth Vader finally. His lights are working. Royal Guard, Stormtrooper, Luke, and Palpatine. So it goes from episode 4 on the left to 5, on to more 5, and then 6 on the right. The whole original trilogy all on one layer of the display. Flow is arguably one of the most important things when you're putting a display together. I'm not flawless at it. I think I'm improving. Every time I reorganize something, I try and improve flow. On the left, episode 1, starting off the bottom, Book of Boba Fett Pit Droid, destroyed battle droid pieces from episode 3 Obi-Wan, then the Hot Toys Destroyer. He's too big to display in expanded mode, that's why he's a ball like that. Sideshow Obi-Wan, the Padawan version, with Hot Toys robes and a Fusion Reactor's lightsaber. DX Darth Maul, this is the new 2.0, then the original one is in the back, but that's the 2.0 series head sculpt. Third party Queen Amidala, Sideshow Battle Droid, and Hot Toys Qui-Gon. I would love a 2.0, an Artisan, at some point. And I do need to make room for Jar Jar Binks. That is going to happen. On the right of episode 1, episode 2, clones at the front. That's a custom I put together in an afternoon. It is not perfect, so please don't judge me too harshly. The red, I think, is about right. The dots on the chest are too small. And the visor is not 100% when you get super close up. 2 clean-ish clones with Yoda and then Padme in the middle. Anakin by Hot Toys, Fusion Reactor's lightsaber, an accurate hilt. Obi-Wan, Hot Toys body, Hot Toys outfit, but Sideshow white undershirt, and then a Sealer custom head sculpt. Check out my video on this piece on the channel if you're interested. When the Artisan one comes out, I will retire this. Hot Toys Clone Pilot, Hot Toys Kit Fisto, Super Battle Droid, Mace Windu. I would love a better head sculpt than the stock one. Count Dooku, he's got light up lightsaber in his hand. I need to move that up to the pose where he's got it in front of him just so you can see it. And on the left, Hot Toys Jango Fett. The Clone Wars shelf. Not many light up sabers on this shelf, just Ahsoka for now. That could change, but likely not. Phase 1 live action Captain Rex, the ARC Troopers, then we've got the sassy looking Anakin with some side eye going. I know not everyone loves that Anakin, and the dark shelf does not do many favors. Palpatine in the middle, both versions of Ahsoka Season 7 and Padawan, Phase 1 Captain Rex, Darth Maul from Clone Wars, then the Super Commando Mandalorian, and Clone Wars Obi-Wan. So as a whole, standing back, this is what the shelf looks like. Bad Batch used to be here. Not anymore. I have retired Bad Batch. I didn't like the show. I don't know why I was holding on to those pieces. I've not sold them. I still have them. They're just going back in their boxes. I maybe one day will display them, but if it's between Republic Commandos and the Bad Batch, it's got to be Commandos. On the right of them, exclusive Airborne Trooper, then Coruscant Guard, and the new version of Cody. Episode 3 Obi-Wan, with the Mandalorian disguise Obi-Wan head sculpt on him. Sideshow General Grievous, I can't wait to get rid of that and get the Hot Toys one. Emperor Palpatine, looking creepy as with his head sculpt peering out from that shadow underneath the hood. Artisan Anakin, Artisan Darkside Anakin, the hair on mine is getting really boofy. If you know how to fix that, please help me in the comments. Live action Phase 2 501st clone. This used to be a 501st clone as well, but I took all the blue stuff off, now he's just a clean one. And Phase 2 Captain Rex. Then I've shrunk the Kenobi shelf down to just Grand Inquisitor Darth Vader with his lights on, and I'm so glad I wired that up because it brings him to life. Battle Damage Head Sculpt, Kenobi up front, Floating Rocks, LED Light Up Lightsaber, and one of my more recent customs, this is the end of season look for him / Mythos Obi-Wan. On the far right, Solo Darth Maul, LED Light Up Lightsaber by Fusion Reactors, then the rest of the Solo figures, including the man himself, right up front. Say what you will about Disney-era Star Wars, not the greatest for everyone. I like certain parts of it, especially The Mandalorian. So many releases from Mandalorian Season 1, Season 2, some from Season 3, then Book of Boba Fett, as well as Ahsoka. I've kept my 1.0 Beskar Mando and my Chrome. I might retire the 1.0 at some point. For now, Season 1 on the left, then we work our way into Season 2. And I've just peppered these pre-posed little Grogus around the display. Treat them as Easter eggs, they're doing all sorts of different things. You can see them a lot better in person. It's not really only an Ahsoka shelf, it's also like a Rebel shelf. We've got Sabine, her Loth Cat down below, Chopper, Hera, Ahsoka in the middle with the angry head sculpt on. I love the intensity there. Baylan and Shin. Up the back, Grand Admiral Thrawn, then some Imperials with the Death Trooper, the actual Death Trooper, the zombie one, Night Trooper, and Captain Enoch. The rest of Mandalorian Season 2 with Bo-Katan, Axe Woves, and Cosco Reeves making up the Night Owls there. Some Imperials, Dark Trooper, massive figure with baby Grogu swaddled at the bottom, Mortar Trooper, and Stormtrooper Commander. This Ahsoka is the Mandalorian one, but with the Ahsoka the white head sculpt on the stock body in Leku. I had to do some mods to the sculpt to get that to fit, but well worth doing. It's a big upgrade for that piece. Luke Skywalker with R2-D2, and after that, Book of Boba Fett. Technically speaking, Cobb Vanth is from The Mandalorian, this still works, and that Tamura Morrison head sculpt does not come with this piece, you need to get it with one of the other Bobas. After that, Mando Season 3, it's a small collection, we've got Super Moff Gideon as well as the Praetorian Guard. Following on from that, Rogue One. One of my favourite mini collections. Only one short trooper, I've got the other two, but they're not on display right now. Death Trooper Specialist, Tank Driver, Vader in the back, the exclusive Galen Erso they released at Star Wars Celebration in Japan, Director Krennic, both versions of Jin, K2SO, and Chirrut. We still need Bays, Hot Toys, maybe your next convention exclusive. We're almost done with Star Wars. I'm not going to spend long at all on the sequel trilogy shelf. Not much love these days for episodes 7 through 9. I don't blame anyone for that. I like the figures as a complete collection. I don't think they're going to go anywhere, but then again, never say never. I tried my absolute hardest to fit Vader in with the sculpted cape on. Couldn't make it happen. It's too tall. Unless I move Star Wars to one of the DFs, there is not enough height on any of my other shelves for that to work. He's on his display base. I've got the fully battle-damaged head sculpt on. But the fabric cape, even though I love the sculpted one, this is what I had to go with. Next to him, Artisan Dark Empire Luke. In the back, some Stormtroopers, two from Battlefront, one that's sort of a concept, but also kind of from A New Hope. Scout Trooper from Jedi Fallen Order or Survivor, one of the games. Purge Trooper, we still need a Cal Kestis. Lord Starkiller right next to Vader, which works beautifully. And Darth Revan. I ended up displaying the coins, but I'm not sure they're going to stay there. They look a little bit random on the Star Wars video game shelf. If you don't know where to look on this shelf, I really don't blame you because it is jam-packed. It's everything from Avengers 1, more of it right there behind the Civil War figures, Age of Ultron on the right, more of it down below. I've even got Iron Man 2 Tony there for some reason. Civil War, the two Hulks in the middle, Ultron himself, more Civil War on the left, and the centerpiece for the display, in my opinion, Mark 46 versus Cap. Speaking of Cap, this is sort of the Cap shrine with First Avenger on the left and Winter Soldier on the right. I'll be replacing that Bucky with the new one when it comes out and popping in the 2.0 Stealth Suit Cap when that releases. Thor Love and Thunder on the right, third-party Korg in the back, and look at Valkyrie's eyes. We really needed moving eyes for that piece. Same thing for Thor. We don't have a single Thor figure with moving eyes for some reason. On the left, third-party Red Guardian, once again the eyes, but this time for Yelena. Luckily, we're getting a new one. Both versions of Black Widow, and then Taskmaster. So much die-cast on this shelf. This is one of the heaviest shelves in the collection, and that's because Hot Toys kept remaking Iron Man suits until they were all die-cast. We still don't have a die-cast Ironmonger, but, you know, Hot Toys, I think eventually they'll get around to it. Whiplash next Ironmonger, Whiplash Mark II, Mandarin, and then that leads on to the Iron Man 3 pieces. I want to try and reorganize this so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right now, 3 is on the left with 1 in the middle, then we go to 2. Couple of different versions of Tony on the left, more Tonys on the right, cheeky little War Machine cameo, Iron Patriot, Mark 42, and Pepper. I never ended up displaying the suit-up version of Silver Centurion. Instead, I went with the plastic one, simply because it's a completed suit. Apparently, Mark 42 2.0 is coming out soon. I cannot wait to get that piece. I am not proud of what I've had to do to fit these Thor figures in the display. The corner units, they're my least favorite parts of the collection, because they're so dark and dingy and they're at a weird angle. In a perfect world, they'd be displayed horizontally on a flat shelf like everything else. I have to work with the space that I have available. I might boost that Hulk up a bit though. Spider-Man video game figures, so colorful and so many different suits. The reason why I've kept as many as I have is because they're all so different. We've got Classic Suit and Scarlet Spider, Purple Rain, Bodega Catsuit, third-party So-So Toy Spider-Man Noir, and of course, Venom. That Venom is standing flat on the ground. No display base, just standing there, and that is how big he is. He towers over everyone else. Spider-Verse, I've taken a lot out of this display. I used to have so many duplicates and so many random third-party figures. Now it's mostly all official, except for both versions of Peter B. Parker, as well as this Miles on the right. Will we ever get a Gwen from the second movie? I'm not sure, but maybe from the third one. One of those dreaded corner units, Guardians 1 and 2. Would it be ideal to have Guardians 3 in here with the rest of the crew? Yeah, of course. It's maxed out. I don't think there's any room for them. I did put Will Poulter's Adam Warlock, it's a third-party piece, in here with the remainder of the Guardians. I might have to move him, at least, to the other Guardian section. Infinity War, then Endgame. These two shelves I consider mostly complete. I don't see myself changing anything here. We've got the Black Order in the back, some third-party and some custom pieces, like this Tom Holland Peter Parker. Then we've got the arm set on Doctor Strange. I put the Mark 80 here for now, just because it fits in between Mark 50 and Mark 85 for Endgame. I'm considering changing out the head sculpt for Cap. I've never really loved the Infinity War Cap head sculpt they gave us. We'll just have to wait and see. My pièce de résistance. One of the most complete, one of the most satisfying to look at displays in the collection. Mark 85 battle damaged up front in the iconic snapping pose. Cap behind him. Both versions of Endgame Thanos. Civil War Falcon. And Artisan Scarlet Witch. She's a relatively new addition to this part of the collection. The hair combined with the likeness, The outfit is simple, the pose is simple, but the head sculpt, the base, amongst everyone else, she absolutely stands out. I will be replacing Iron Spider with the Artisan one when he releases. Iron Spider 1.0 is not a great piece. Ronan and Hawkeye. Then I put Ant-Man and the Wasp from Ant-Man and the Wasp in here just to flesh out the display. Custom Steve, Professor Hulk, Iron Patriot, War Machine Mark 6, wearing the Iron Patriot, Don Cheadle Rhodey head sculpt. This is almost a little Doctor Strange section, but it works alongside Endgame, I think, with the Black Panther figures behind the Doctor Strange ones. T'Challa on the throne, Shuri, Eric Killmonger by Daft Toys, Hot Toys Killmonger, T'Chaka, and Civil War Black Panther. That is the 1.0. Oh, we see you, Norman, with that expression. Moving eyes on the Hot Toys head sculpt coming in clutch. Another quarter unit, Carnage and Venom, Black Suit Spider-Man 1.0 and 2.0. Toby wants to put some dirt in our eyes. Better watch out. Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, and then New Goblin with Thunder Toys Venom. Sorry I rushed through that, but I wanted to get to Homecoming and Far From Home with this zombie Iron Man coming out of the grave in front of Mysterio, because why not? Kingpin, Kate Bishop, and Matt Murdock. They're close to the Defenders area of the collection, and it's that whole New York vibe, so I think they work here. Third Party Lizard, because Hot Toys weren't brave enough to give us one themselves. White lenses on Andrew, they're custom. Hot Toys Electro, custom head sculpt on Doc Ock, looking way better than the stock one. But new red and blue suit Spidey, pretty much perfect. One of their best releases to date. Custom head sculpt on Toby here. And once again, moving eyes, they make all the difference with a sculpt like Norman's. Custom head sculpt on integrated suit Spidey. Custom outfit set from Young Rich Toys on a Hot Toys body with Hot Toys Doctor Strange head sculpt. Battle Damage Spidey, or some people call him Chimney Sweep Spidey. And behind him, No Way Home Doctor Strange, another custom sculpt. I just want to get all of these corner units out of the way. Ant-Man from the first movie in the back. Third movie, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yes, I'm using that terrible Paul Rudd head sculpt just for something different. The one directly behind it, way better. Both versions of Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and the Nick Cage one, Present Toys Blade. And then Guardians 3, not a complete team by any means, but it's a start. Maybe one day they'll give us the rest, but I'm not holding my breath. Captain Marvel, I'm not sure why she's there. I literally didn't know where else to put her. It's Netflix and Defenders, Disney Plus, also some theatrical. We'll go with a catch-all. It's Phase 4, 5 plus Netflix. On the left, Yellow Suit Daredevil and She-Hulk from She-Hulk. Not a great show, granted, but love the figures. Punisher and Daredevil. In the back, third-party figures for the Defenders. Yes, Iron Fist is back there. Falcon and Winter Soldier. Some official, some third-party. And the newest addition to this shelf is Cap from Brave New World. That head sculpt is still a 10, in my opinion. Shang-Chi on the right. Multiverse of Madness. And Dead Strange doesn't have his huge cape on, but he doesn't need it. He oozes presence. WandaVision. Loki. I chucked Kang from Quantumania in here. I think it fits the vibe. Then Khonshu, Moon Knight, and Mr. Knight. That's by So-So. When Hot Toys releases their new Artisan Moon Knight and Artisan Mr. Knight, I'll chuck them in somehow. I might have to retire these two. The X-Men / Deadpool / Wolverine shelf looked very different the last time you saw it. I've rearranged the heck out of it, and it looks a lot better than it ever has. We've got multiple Hot Toys Wolverine figures, including the Wolverine, some dynamic posing going on with the running pose. X-Men Origins Wolverine in the back with an 11 head sculpt, comes with the cigar for those wondering, got it on AliExpress. So-So Toys Logan, and So-So Toys X-24. On the right of the display, we'll get back to Deadpool and Wolverine, I promise. Juggernaut, Dusty Deadpool, Cable, Deadpool himself, So-So Toys Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and Toys Era Colossus. Then from the first movie, Ajax and Deadpool. The suit is looking okay for now, although a couple of areas are a bit sus. So Toys patch, kid pool, baby pool, and dog pool. I couldn't fit the sofa in the display and leave room for yellow suit Wolverine, so I had to ditch it. I'm sure you'll understand. Behind patch, lady pool, Deadpool in the middle, and then battle damage Deadpool wearing the claws. As a whole, this is what the shelf looks like so far. Thank you all so much for watching this. I know it was a long one. I tried my best to zip through the displays as quickly as possible, but also cover everything. It's a difficult balance to strike. Let me know if you'd like me to change anything up for the next collection tour. And for those wondering, these shelves are by Moduspace. I'll pop a link to their website in the description. You're heading down there? Why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video.